'Cause I'm the weatherman. Oh, my thunderstrike. Ride out the storm, I'm the weatherman. Oh, my breaking light. Shake up the world, I'm the weatherman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Fast Forecast coming to you live aboard, well, let's be honest, it's a reclaimer. Surrounded by Drake. So, it's a junkyard surrounded by junk. But it's fitting because we have collectors today. So let's get this ball rolling. If you would like to get us started with your name, your org name, and well, while you're in the captain's seat, we'll get going.
Alright, my name is Sunburner Studios. I am the CEO, Director of Events and Operations of Universal Reclamation and Salvage Incorporated. We do pretty much self-explanatory, mostly salvage and reclamation of any ships either abandoned or delivered to us, and we will pay those who deliver them to us. Abandoned ships who we find, we tend to just salvage them on the spot. My other CEO, partner, and co-founder of this lovely org, Mutu Skies, is the head of marketing.
Hello, my name is Mutu Sky. As you know, I'm head of marketing. I run the Spectrum. I run the Discord. Make sure that everybody's up to date on stuff. Currently making an org trailer for the channel that we're making for the org. We like Sunburn said, we do all kinds of salvage, all kinds of reclamation. We dabble in mining, medical rescue, stuff like that. We do a lot. We're growing. We're looking for more people to join us so that way we can do more and have bigger events for everybody to take part in.
So what you're saying is you do reclamation, and that doesn't just extend to ships, it includes people. That's kind of disturbing if you think about it.
Well, we're not reclaiming dead bodies. What's more so, somebody was shot, they need to get patched up. We can go patch them up and take them where they need to go if they need to go somewhere. We don't necessarily do reclamation of dead bodies. That would be illegal and immoral.
Yes.
Right. I don't know if you've noticed, but you're surrounded by Drake ships. Most people would claim that those are illegal and immoral.
Most people would fail to understand that Drake Interplanetary does not make ships specifically for pirates. They don't make ships specifically for lawbreakers. They make ships for people who can afford them. When I first started out in the verse, the ship that I could afford off the bat was a Drake. I will forever hold Drake in high regard for that reason. They have ships that almost anybody can afford in the verse. Not everybody does that. Not everybody can afford a freaking Origin, man.
Hey, we're not talking about the price point or the fact that pirates buy them. We're talking about the fact that you can see through the hull plates into the void, or the fact that they literally burn coal instead of plasma. That they're flying safety hazard and have like glue on stickers saying caution, not for occupancy.
Hurston Dynamics kills their own workers. Long live the Potemkin.
Okay. You know what? We can't argue with that. That's an interesting point of view. Which is worse, Drake or Hurston? You know what? That might actually need a study. Okay, yeah. You know what? Well played. We've never had anyone compare Drake to Hurston. You know, org versus org. Both of them wants to eat your soul. Only one of them uses his soul to power a caterpillar, though. Huh. Well played. So we've covered the main focus of the org. How did this org form?
Would you want me to take that one? Because I have,
yes.
I have that whole side of the story.
Please.
So what happened was I I had a vulture that I used. I pledged a vulture, and I was salvaging. One day I got a contract that was a little more than I could chew. So I went into the global chat and I asked if there was any other fellow salvagers and if they wanted to take the rest of the ship because there was still about half of the ship left and I didn't want it to just be gone to the void, and that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. It was I think it was a 400 and yeah, no. So I
From
went
what
into
I
the
recall, yeah.
global chat. When I went into the global chat, Sunburn was the only person that responded. I sent him a party invite. He came over. He salvaged the rest of the ship, and it's been history since then. We've been salvaging. We've been mining, playing the game together. We built the org. We built the Discord. Yeah, no, it's been pretty much full steam ahead since we've met. Just building the org and grinding it out.
Yeah.
So, first off, the fact that you salvaged an origin ship hurts us in our soul. Just
It was
hurts
already
us.
broken.
Hey man,
We've
when
salvaged a lot
contracts
of
come,
origin.
when contracts come, we just accept them.
We don't
Evident-
ask
Gotta go where the
questions.
money takes us.
Evidently, the poor pilot didn't realize that in his contract, Origin would send out a tow truck to tow it in for repairs, no charge, except for a slight fee. It's always in the contract. Origin will come out, tow you in, replace your minibar, and fluff your pillow and put a mint on your pillow. That's the benefit of Origin. It's always class and comfort.
I think what the deciding factor was for this pilot was he got paid $50,000 to get his ship salvaged rather than having to pay to get his ship towed.
Okay. You know what? There's a point there. We'll give it that. So. we will say our favorite non. And we realize we're saying this on recording. And we can't edit it. Our favorite non origin ship is the Caterpillar because she's just so damn sexy. Look at those hips.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Amen. I do have one outside right now.
And when she flies, just something about that bright orange burn is just it's elemental. It's gorgeous.
Alluring.
So
Yes.
just
We in the org call her the Red Rocket.
that's disturbing, but just you know what?
She's
It's
red.
fitting.
And she zooms.
And she zooms.
You know what? Y'all obviously
Yes.
are not from Terra, so we will let that one go. We take it y'all are looking
I
to
feel like there's an underlying joke I'm not seeing there.
in the
Likewise.
interest of keeping this for our younger viewers, we will catch y'all up when the cameras go down, and we'll fill you in. We are pretty sure y'all would like to expand your hole munching capabilities. So let's get to recruitment. What are y'all looking for in a recruit?
Somebody who has the availability to munch chips for hours on end.
So
I'm gonna let Moo take it from there, because I myself am exactly what Ebola just said. Who did not introduce themselves? Please introduce yourself, Ebola.
I'm Ebola. All I do is I munch chips and make money. I basically just do all the engineering stuff.
those comms
I
keep
keep
throwing me
everything
off.
running. I'm the grease monkey.
I keep hearing the voices from the ceiling, and it keeps throwing me off. Okay. Speakers in this thing is just directional. Okay. Well, so what drew you to this org?
Me particular.
Yes.
So, money. Credits, man. We make a lot of credits, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm here for the profit above almost anything else, and I just ended up staying for the family. It ended up being a good place that I felt at home. not judged for being a grease monkey. I can work under an engine for hours and not get shit about it. So
Okay, and with you breaking ships and putting, well, I mean, y'all fly Drake, so mechanic would come in very handy.
yeah, we break a lot of ships.
Mechanics
and,
are
fix a lot of
always
ships and
needed,
monsters.
yes, indeed. Especially on ships like any Drake or even ships as big as this Reclaimer. It always needs a mechanic.
I like
There-
working on fast ships. That's about my favorite thing. But the money is where I follow.
Makes sense, makes sense. So, a recruit, would they need to have their own reclaiming ship, or would y'all supply them? How would that go?
I think
If
Moo's gonna have
they-
to answer that question.
I will take this one. If they do not have one but want to get into the salvage biz, we can lend them one, and if they like it, we can provide them with the money to buy their own. Or if they have their own, their minimum requirement is the Drake Vulture, being that it is a smaller salvage ship.
And other than the Fortune, it is the only other entry level salvage ship.
Correct.
And it's also good for fleet.
We will say that the Vulture makes more sense than the Misfortune, and it is really quick for what it is.
The reason why I say the Vulture is because it is a safer option than the Fortune, being that it has an internal cargo bay rather than the Fortune's external, because you can get very easily robbed from using the Fortune.
Very true. It's also considerably cheaper than the Fortune.
It is at
It is way
2.6
better of a
million.
bargain.
Okay. So do you offer training? So somebody shows up and is like,
Of
"Hey,
course.
I don't know how to strip a ship. I don't have my own ship. I'm just new."
Yes, absolutely. And that is actually exactly what I would use the Reclaimer for, because it has two salvage seats. I would be in the other seat with them, showing them what to do step by step, and doing it with them. Instead of just saying, hey, do this, do this, do this. I can be right there alongside them.
Oh,
doing
okay.
the exact
Th-
same thing.
That's pretty cool. Well, so what is the split? Say y'all come upon another reclaimer, and the entire org breaks it up and splits it up, and because that's a lot of RMC.
Typically, what we do, or what I do, is when I do sell, however much SCUs that person did, they get that money, or at least half of it, because obviously I need to keep myself supplied. And being RMC does sell for quite a pretty penny, it does typically end up being a fair amount.
Okay. So, is there a hierarchy in payment, like a captain's share and like a first officer share, and then like the newbie share?
Yes.
Okay.
Captain's share is always going to be more, because it is, of course, my ship, or the owner of the ship gets more. The newbies for the very first time will get a 50 to 60% payout. The XO, I believe you said, would get about 75%.
Okay. Okay. So, how would someone go about signing up for the org?
Mo?
So right now there's a couple different ways. If you go to my YouTube channel, Mutu Sky on YouTube, um, I have a link to the Discord, this Discord that we're currently in. And when you come to this Discord, we can send you, if you're not already applied and you're not already in the org, we can send you a link to the Spectrum, our Spectrum page, to where you can apply. And other than that, you can go to Spectrum, you can apply. If we come across in game and we like you, we can always offer a spot in the org. Anybody who's interested can always ask. But for the most part, your main avenues to apply or to join the org are going to be through my YouTube channel, in the Discord link, and Spectrum. And if you look us up on Spectrum, URSINC, that is our tag. YourSync, Universal Reclamation Incorporated.
Universal Reclamation Incorporated.
Universal
Well,
Reclamation,
Universal Reclamation
and
and
Salvage.
Salvage.
Okay.
Yes.
Wanted to make sure.
Yes. Just the first letter of first three words are just Inc. at the very end.
Okay, so what are y'all's future goals for the org?
We want to be one of the biggest salvage fleets in the game. We want to be one of the most well-respected orgs in the game. We very much pride ourselves on everybody having the same opportunities, everybody having the same equal rights, so to say, of being able to do whatever you want. Nobody necessarily answers to anybody, but we all have a cohesive network of how we work, and that's how we want us to be in the future. Every system, every planet, every moon, everybody has their own way that they work in their environment. As of right now, it's only Stanton and Pyro, but when we grow, we want to have each system having their own leader for the org. So Stanton will have their own leader, Pyro will have a leader, Nyx will have a leader, Terra will have a leader. Every system will have their own leader, and they'll all report back to Magnus, which is going to be our headquarters, where me and Sunburn are going to lead operations. So that's our
Yes.
goal. We want to be a very big organization that is coherent and is just a network of salvagers, reclaimers, medics, just citizens that are willing to do good.
As
Okay.
far as part of that, every system will, um, if obviously if it's an option, we will try to have a org station in every system. Um, the biggest, of course, will be in Magnus.
Okay.
And yeah,
So, for those of our listeners who don't understand what the point of Magnus is, why don't you tell them why Magnus?
Magnus is the headquarters of Drake, for one. And that will be the best place to buy any Drake ship, namely the Vulture, which will be the minimal requirement of entering the Org as a salvager.
Yeah, we don't know if there's ever a good place to buy a Drake ship, but yeah, if you're going to get one, might as well get it at the headquarters.
That is, in theory, where they will sell every Drake ship, like Crusader does with their line
Yeah.
on Crusader.
Crusader. Give us all the crappy fuel efficiency and none of the sleek lines of Origin. Origin really is the best ship. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Origin's the best ship if you have a small loan of 1,000,000 UEC.
Look, it really is just the best ship. So the thing about being an org as profitable and as well growing as yours is you have both supporters and detractors. If you could speak to your supporters, what would you say?
Moo?
You want me to take this? I can
Yes,
take this.
please.
If we could say anything to our supporters, what we would say is we appreciate you. Everything you've done, even for those who have just sold us ships to salvage, for those who have just given us contracts, to those who even just like you. who just put our org out there, let us be known, let people know what we're trying to do. Everybody who has supported us in any way, we appreciate you. We love you. We want you to know that when this org becomes the biggest salvage org in the verse, we are going to pay it back to everybody, every supporter, everybody who has helped us. We are going to find a way to give back to everybody. The verse is not just a solo run. The verse is not just one org running it. No, the verse is all of us working together, helping each other out. And that's what we want this org to be about. And the fact that we have people supporting us in that way, even though we are so small and we're just barely starting out, it means so much. And we love you guys. We love you and we appreciate you. We hope you guys stay with us until the end when we finally get to where we want to be, because then we can finally do what we want to do and give back to everybody.
Agreed.
Well said. So, the flip side of that coin is if you could speak to your detractors, those who you are literally eating the ships out from under them, who would want to be as big as you are, what would you say?
Applications are always open.
Bring more ships.
Yes. Always.
So your words to your detractors are, your ships taste good.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, and if you want to get a taste of them, you can join us anytime.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to say to our audience?
I will say that our first customers were actually very nice. They left us a very wonderful review on our Spectrum, which is actually on the homepage. If anybody wants to check that out, of course.
Well, give us your homepage, and whenever we go to post this, we will get your links and post them along. That way, everyone, whenever they watch this, can click on the links and go directly to your pages. And because the point of this is to drive traffic to your org, to your pages, to you, not us. We're just here to report the news.
Of course.
So, but anything y'all want to say to the viewers, to the listeners, anybody who's going to see this?
I have one thing that I would like to say. This is fairly new. In the last couple days, we have gotten a little bit of a contract, a little symbiotic relationship with a radio channel, and maybe you guys would be interested in this too. But their name is Wormhole Radio, 1001.5 Wormhole Radio. They're on YouTube, and they have been doing Star Citizen style music and really good music. They do a lot of different genres, so definitely check them out too. We have something coming up with them that's going to be a little bit, like a little ad type thing. Don't want to give too much away, but we have something going on with them. Again, Wormhole Radio. Make sure you check them out. They deserve some love too.
Excellent. We'll check
Agreed.
them out. We also work with Star Citizen Radio. You might want to drop a line with them to see if you can do an ad spot with them as well. They're really fun. They do ads for orgs and all kinds of stuff. They're really fun. I do the top and bottom of every hour with traffic, weather, and news. So
Yes, I've actually heard it before. I've already listened.
yeah, they do.
Very nice.
They have a Microsoft Store widget, and as well as their normal URL link. So it's fun. All right, we have taken a lot of your time, and we thank you for that, because time, especially for y'all, time is money, and this big ship doesn't run on, talking. So we thank you for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your Fast Forecast, coming to you live from the Aegis Reclaimer and the Universal Reclamation and Salvage. Y'all, thank you for having us aboard, and thank you for parking your entire fleet and giving us a very warm welcome. Everyone,
Of course.
once again, we appreciate it. From all of us here at Fast Forecast, fair winds and following seas.
Yeah, 'cause I'm a weatherman. Oh, my thunderstruck, ride out the storm, I'm the weatherman.